Which language is easier?
Chinese, Japanese, or Korean? After experiencing all these three languages in an extent, I can tell you that Chinese is by far the easiest one. Some of you might say, hey, hold on, why Chinese? Because the sentence structure is really simple, you have no conjugation at all, you just add things onto other words. As well, you have the same sentence structure as in English, SPO, you got. The only hurdle are the kanjis. If you can master them, you're good. And to be honest, Chinese use even less kanjis than Japanese. Pronunciation-wise, it might be a hurdle because you have the 4-tone system, but on the flip side, you have to learn less. Another language. Let's move to Japanese. Some would say Japanese is one of the hardest ones, right after Chinese. Sure, you have the 3 alphabets there, a very complex kanji system, but as there are words that sound the same, you have to learn less. In terms of motivation, you have anime and other cultures to keep you up, so there's no issue at all. In terms of conjugation, there are just 2 irregular verbs. Other things are pretty easy and straightforward. You have the different polite levels, but once you learn them, got them. Now let's go to Korea. Many people will argue and say Korean is the easiest one. Sure, if you just know the Hangul, you can actually read anything. However, there are many rules how to read certain words. You have to differentiate between hard and weak consonants as well as hard and weak vowels. In case of conjugation, it has many irregular verbs. Some of them used case by case differently. Korean has more politeness levels than Japanese. In case of motivation, sure, K-pop and the Korean culture can keep you up, but the system looks easy in the first place. But if you really dive deep inside of it and go into the whole conjugation things and all the grammar stuff, I mean, you have the same SOP as Japanese. So for Japanese learners, Korean might be not that, because there are many proverbs that sound the same or have the same meaning as Japanese. Same as things like irashaimase and tsukarasama desu. They also have kind of thing in Korean as well. Other than Japanese, Korean doubles the amount of particles because you have some normal reading and sometimes you have the hachim, which is used when something is, you read it on this very verb and then you go up in this kind of, you can combine kind of the both in one pronunciation. So after testing all these 3 languages, I would argue and say Korean is the hardest of those 3 because of the complexity, because of all these particles that you have at your disposal. Maybe not in case of pronunciation, but the system itself is not easy. Every time I read or write Korean, I felt myself like I'm learning French because you have many consonants or just tweak things. So if you're sitting on the fence between Korean and Japanese, I would argue Japanese.